Next up, heck yeah, it's an F-150. Woo, yeah, whoa. Sorry about that. So next up is an F-150, and we're not actually putting anything in it. This one, straight up deinstall. We had done this about 3 years ago, so now he's trading it in. He's going from an F-150 to an F-250, which apparently is the thing to do right now. He doesn't have any of the factory speakers, so we're putting in all new speakers and a small amp to power those. So let's get to it. All right, so here's what we got. This is the old system that we're pulling out here. He's got a Kicker 1200 here. He's got a, looks like a P504. Back then, this is when we were just getting into using plastic and Tessa tape from the look of it. That one is mounted, or it's mounted onto the frame rail there. But yep, all this is gonna come out. I believe he has the Hertz high energies in the doors. There we go, there's the fuse holders. So those are, go ahead and get all this stuff out of here. Yeah, oh hey, 5-star, yeah, 5-star heat shrink. Yeah, we've been using the 5-star heat shrink for a while. That's pretty cool stuff. You know what I'm thinking, Fernando?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we should just do a time lapse.
Let's do it.
Let's just do some time lapse. We'll speed through this. Enjoy. Go. Couple. All right, guys, this one is done. So it actually turned out we put Power Series in here. So he's got some T1 tweeters in the dash, and he had the T Series 5x7s all the way around. Forgot. Okay, well, it's back to factory. It's off to get traded in on a new one. All right, the next truck is in. It's a GMC. And actually, we've already done this truck. What are you doing, Fernando?
I'm running
Really? An
Yeah.
What are you?
That's what I'm running.
What are you doing, Fernando?
I'm gonna run the bass knob.
That's right. So we originally put a Kicker 300 or 600 in here, and he didn't get the bass knob. Now he wants a bass knob. We also put an app radio in the dash, and don't drive angry. Either way. So somehow this happened to the radio. So we're gonna get this apart, figure out what is going on with it. Need be replace all this. Hopefully it's just something we can fix. So a close examination of the kit we took out, it looks like there was some form of a failure in the clips here that hold the radio in place. All of these are broken off somehow, which is weird because I've never seen that before. And then 3 of these are intact and 1 of these is broken. So that's what happened with this. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've gone ahead and built another kit, and then we've glued these on so they're gonna be even stronger than they were before. So hopefully we won't have that problem. Now we just need to pull this out of here and remount it into this.
Did he have like a really big bump?
Broke all the tabs.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you do? Pushed it in or what? He's like, I don't know. Like, I think I hit it like a really big bad bump.
Who knows, man? Either that or the kit just fell apart.
Yeah, but it was, well, okay, well, these tabs, right?
That's alright. His kit looked like crap anyways, so this is
Is that a different kit?
Yes.
But it was...
It's the same
They just
part.
redid it?
So they redid the whole kit. This
yeah,
is
it was all like fingers and stuff on.
well, the paint was peeling off.
Yeah.
So this is a whole new paint job. They're not even the same kit. So. Alright, since we got it here, we'll go ahead and clean off the screen. Alright, there we go. Nice and new and pretty. We'll go ahead and get this back into the car. Alright, so for the bass knob, what we've done is gone ahead and removed the light assembly on the driver's side of the dash. Put some tape on here. We found our halfway point, and now we're going ahead and drilling a hole to mount the bass knob to. Alright, there we go. We have a bass knob mounted, and it's nice and flush. Let's put it back in the car. right, bass knob is in, new dash kit, all good. On to the next one. Get out of here, Fernando. Get it out of here. We have a shiny red Dodge Charger. We're putting a Rockford R501 in it on some kickers that this camera's sitting on. Let's go into the car real quick. Now, anytime you're doing one of these Dodge cars, you need to do the ear test, especially when you're doing high level. Really only when you're doing high level. And what I mean by the ear test is this. Go into the car, turn the radio on, play some music. And for anybody that says aftermarket radios take a long time to load, really? Have you used a factory one lately? Holy crap, they take forever. Now, play some music, take your ear, put it to the driver's front door speaker. If you hear any treble coming from it, it's full range, which means it doesn't have the active stereo in it where the front would be subwoofer. And if you hear no tweeter coming from it, you know it's a subwoofer. All right, so this one has treble, distinct treble coming from that speaker. That's the speaker you're worried about, this, because those are going to be the factory subwoofer in the amplified stereo. There again, it would have Boston Acoustic, Beats by Dre's, some logo somewhere in the car, but if you just don't feel like playing let's find the logo game, ear to the speaker, and that's it. That's all you have to do. So now we know that we can tap the rear speakers. We don't have to worry about just tapping the fronts, because if you tap the rear speakers and it has the amplified system, the rear speakers don't play bass down as far as the front speakers, because the front speakers are the subwoofers, the rear speakers are actually mid-range. And a system like this, where it's all gonna play the same, we can actually tap the rear speakers. Let's figure out where we're gonna put this amplifier. And by that, I think let's go look and see where Fernando wants to put this amplifier. So one of our favorite spots for the amplifier in this car is here. We make a mount that allows us to tie it into the spare tire bolt here. Mounts the amp out of the way, that way they don't have anything up in this area. Amplifiers don't overheat down there. We haven't had any issues yet. We've probably done, what do you think, a dozen? More than that. Yeah. Good place to mount the amp. We make it so that you can lift the amp up. Well, you know what? You'll just have to be surprised at the end if you don't remember us doing one before. All right, while Fernando is working on the board, we'll go ahead and get the speakers. All right, so we have our two wires, we have the wired strip. Now, most of the time at this point, we'd use something like a cool polarity tester, the TP9A, or some other neat thing. But what we're gonna do today is, I always say, there's other ways to do it. We're gonna use a 9-volt battery. So what we have is a 9-volt battery. We have two little gator clips put on it. We have our positive side is yellow, our negative side is green. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and clip onto a speaker. This is gonna hurt. And what we wanna do, we're gonna clip one end on. In this case, we clipped on the negative. Now we're gonna take the other end and we're gonna tap it to the speaker. Okay, that's similar to the sound you guys hear when we do the polarity test. And what we're wanting to see is the speaker move up or down. If the speaker moves up into the car, then we know we have it hooked up properly. So like whatever this wire, the ground is clipped on, is gonna be ground. So we can plug it back in and we can see that this green wire with a red stripe here is indeed negative and the yellow is positive. Now we can come over to the speaker on the other side, and all we have to do is look at it, because it's gonna use the same, they're gonna be wired the same, meaning this speaker can go here, this speaker can go here, it won't matter. So the plugs are gonna be the same. So in this case, the green wire with an orange stripe is going to be negative. So we got green negative here, green with an orange stripe negative here. Now all we have to do is wire it up. But you don't need an expensive tool. You can do it with just a 9-volt battery. So the amp mount is done. The whole idea behind this is, like I said, we can go ahead and pull this, lift it off, move it right there. You can get the tire out, go ahead, drop it back into place. Very easy, very out of the way, very stealth. Fernando's just finishing hooking up the speaker wires here so that we can actually listen to it. We're gonna put this all back together, so that's why I wanted to show you this now. And I'm just finishing with the bass knob up front. This car has been fun. It's actually taken a lot longer than necessary. I've been out most of the time. I probably won't even see that in this, but Fernando's done most of this install because, I don't know, all of a sudden this car came in and it was like question. Can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? So I've been running around here like crazy. So I get to put the bass knob in.
Beautiful. Okay.
That's it. All right, this one is done. You ever have one of, you know, those cars that should be simple that just take forever?
Yeah.
This is that car. This should have been done a while ago, but man, no. Just took forever. Oh well. It's done now, which means Fernando.
On to the next one.
What he said.